beautiful, isn't it? My name's Dave. Welcome on board.
On this episode, on a summer solstice day, from sunrise to sunset, we cruise the magnificent Upper Peak Forest Canal, contouring the hills of the Peak District. Arriving at the end of the canal, Bugsworth Basin, the largest and busiest inland port during the age of the Industrial Revolution. And I have an assignment, my mission to bring smiles, peace and tranquility to a Ukrainian family. I become skipper on a boat for a day. So here I am at Bugsworth Basin, surrounded by lush green rolling hills of the Peak District. It's the end of the canal and about 6 miles away from Marple. That's the distance I've travelled. Maximum speed limit on the canal is 4 miles an hour. It took me over 3 hours to get here, but it would have been longer if I was on my own as a single-handed boater. Because you've got 4 bridges, 2 swing bridges and 2 lift bridges, and to navigate and operate them, it takes time. But luckily for me, Palo Sea came along and gave me a hand on the cruise. But before the cruise, which was on a summer solstice day, I just had to get up early. I wanted to see that beautiful sunrise on the longest day of the year. Well, it's farewell to this beautiful mooring where I've been here for 2 weeks, and which you'll have seen on the last vlog. Incredible views. You think that's good? You want to see what's coming up next. Here we go, sit back, relax and enjoy the cruise. The lovely thing about the Peak Forest Canal is that it's got all these trees every so often, woodland coming down onto the embankment of the canal, and it gives a lot of lovely shade and helps cool you down on a hot day like it is today. And of course today is summer solstice, the longest day. When you're going past another boat, a moored boat, is slow right down. We love going slow, don't we? We love slowing down. And not just mechanically, you know, just slowing the whole body down, which happens when you're on the canal. Everything slows down. You can tell it's very shallow here. In fact, the whole of the canal is shallow because of the reservoirs nearly being empty. In fact, a few of them are empty due to some work on them, maintenance work. Toddbrook Reservoir up at Whaley Bridge, which many of you around the world watching will have maybe seen it on the news, that there was a near disaster. It could have actually completely broken and fallen down and flooded the whole of the town. Fortunately, it didn't, but it needs extensive repairs, so it had to be emptied. There's a few more reservoirs as well that feed this canal and the Macclesfield Canal, and they're quite low as well because there's not been enough rainfall. From this coming 24th of June, they're indefinitely closing the locks to try and preserve water. So no boats going up and down. A bit sad in a way for a lot of people, you know, that were planning going on the boating holidays and trips. But that's Mother Nature, you know. Hopefully it will rain, and when there's enough water back in the reservoirs, they can open the lock gates again and everybody can go cruising again. He's doing a grand job, isn't he? But I think what we need to do is pick him up. We can't leave him because he's got another 3 bridges to do. It can be quite difficult when you're single-handed, you know, on a boat, getting through bridges. It is possible, but it just makes it a lot easier if you've got somebody like Paolo C handy to come out and enjoy the cruise and do a little bit of work at the same time.
The second lift bridge. Let's get Palo Sea back into action again. Do you want to walk up to Whaley Bridge, or do you want to get back on? Is there a pub on the way? I don't know. What's it like? Spectacular views everywhere. Everywhere along this canal. Beautiful. Getting really good at this, isn't it? Them views at the last mooring were amazing, as you've already seen in the last episode, and this is another favourite spot I like to moor up at. And just over there you can see Kinder Scout, the highest peak in the Peak District. And when the wind's blowing in the right direction against the side of the hill, it blows the waterfall back up. Oh, I really do enjoy it round here. Waking up in the morning and watching the clouds roll down the hill as well. This is New Mills Marina, and we've just been past the Swizzles factory. If you don't know what they make there, sweets. When you go past here, you can smell all them sweets. Reminds me of my childhood days. That's why I've got half my teeth missing. You haven't forgotten the key, have you? Just under this bridge, we're going to turn left. And off we go, we're spinning round now into the arm that takes us up to Bugsworth Basin. Oh, it's nice to get rid of that hat just for a little while. Beautiful cottages. Just around this corner now, about 200 yards, is Bugsworth Basin. Very historic place.
Bugsworth Basin during the age of the Industrial Revolution was the largest and busiest inland port on the narrow canal system. Thousands of tons of limestone was quarried up in the Derbyshire hills behind me, and it was brought down on tramways. And still to this day you can see the footings of the tramway in the ground. In its day, it was a busy, busy place. It was dusty, it was dirty. The site has become a nature reserve now and listed as a scheduled ancient monument, and attracts up to 50,000 visitors a year. To find out a little bit more about the history of this site, I met up with the man that initiated the restoration work here at Bugsworth Basin in the 1960s.
Can we have 2 coffees, please? Thank you. White coffee? Do you want coffee?
White coffee, yeah.
Yep.
Sugar.
So Ian, you played a very important role in restoring this site. You must have been very passionate and proud of what you've achieved. What drove you, and why did you start all this?
Well, thank you for those kind words. It's very encouraging. I went on a canal boat with my kids and on the Llangollen found a derelict flight of locks, and I thought, gosh, I enjoy the canal so much. Why is this going on? So I looked around and got involved in Marple Locks clearance. And one of my friends said, hey, you know, they're just starting to restore Bugsworth Basin. So I said, no, that's too far gone. Can't possibly do that. Anyway, he said, let's go up and have a look. So we went up and had a look. And he said to me, God, this is a fantastic place, isn't it? I said, yeah. I said, Martin, we've got to get involved in this. So we got together and we said, we've got to beg or borrow or get some machinery. Eventually we did that. And that's how we started. So my enthusiasm for canals was started just about then. And I've been managing ever since, from a group of about 10 people, which soon came down to 3 people. Work camps, in the summer we had 30 people working on site.
We know that the main commodity that was processed and put onto the boats and shipped off around the country and abroad, we know it was lime. But what is lime used for?
We are now on the edge of a peak district, what they call the White Peak and the Dark Peak. And the White Peak is lime, the Dark Peak is stone. So the majority, or not the majority, perhaps a good quantity, coming out of here was stone. Lime is an agricultural use.
So this was very important in the Industrial Revolution.
Tremendous, absolute tremendous. So the stone to build the mills, stone to build the factories, lime to burn in the factories, and there were kilns here as well. So yes, it was an enormous industrial site.
They obviously brought the stone from the quarries in the Derbyshire hills.
Yes.
But they brought it down on tramways, didn't they?
Yeah, they brought it on the Peak Forest tramway.
You've unearthed them stones, the foundations of the original tracks, haven't
Yes,
you?
yes.
That we can see
And it's
now.
still here, you can still on the side. We've also got a replica wagon here, which was constructed by our few volunteers.
What was the process when it got down here, that limestone? What happened to it?
It went into the kilns which were here. Probably 8 or 9, even maybe some more. We don't know exactly because they were demolished. Evidence still remains and they were loaded from the top. You know, the lime kiln is quite high, and then they would draw off at the bottom the lime.
There's like a big structure, and underneath is these little tunnel hallways.
That's right.
So it would come out of there, would it then go straight onto the boat?
It'll be drawn out of into the boat, which must be covered, otherwise it gets wet and it just burns the bottom of the boat. Oh. But the kiln stopped work here in about the turn of the century, and they fell into disrepair. Stone, of course, was a wonderful stone which built the bridges here. You know, and it was lovely stone to work, and all those quarries are now finished now.
And you'll have used a lot of the original stone to rebuild it.
Yep,
but did you have to get stone in as well?
Yes.
To restore it.
We demolished railway stations around here to get our stone, which came out the same quarry, and our volunteers worked through the night one time just to get to several dozens and dozens of tons of stone back here for the men to put the stones up.
We see picturesque postcard scenes outside of Bugsworth Basin, but can you paint a picture of how it was around 200 years ago? What would it be like if you were here then?
Dave, it was awful. The burning of the lime made lime dust. Nothing survived, no trees around here. It was hard work in the kilns. They used child labour. It was not a nice place. And the old photographs you can see now, this is a paradise to that, you know.
And of course it is now a scheduled ancient
monument. Yes, it is. Yes, class 1, 2. Yes.
A nature reserve as well. Lots of wildlife.
Well, yeah,
here.
we try. Oh, lots of wildlife. Yes, yes, we try to look after our wildlife.
And some amazing flora.
Yeah. Flora, yes, yeah. So it's a nice place now, but in those days, it was in its.
It's a lot healthier being here now
yes,
than back
right.
then.
That's right.
So really, Bugsworth Basin is an archaeological dig site.
It is.
What was your favourite find?
The favourite find was a magnificent cast iron name of a boat, which was found in one of the arms. Big size, this size was size like this, and that was the most interesting find. Also, we found lots and lots of artefacts I can see them around here. Yeah, so that's a bit.
Wow.
I don't probably that boat sign is the name.
I bet we were really excited at the time. I bet it was like finding a Roman coin. Did you ever find any Roman coins or anything dating back further than the original dates? You know, that this basin was created.
No.
No,
we don't. No, we maybe lost them somewhere we dredged.
Yeah.
The only coin we found was a half crown.
You found a half crown?
Half crown, yes.
Right. Who's got that now?
That's in the museum now.
Oh, you've not spent it?
No. We were sometimes short of money most times, but we didn't need a half crown, yeah. Over the years, we had hundreds of volunteers. I mean, especially younger people, young students. And they'd come here and work for probably a year or 2 years. And then they'd go away and they'd come back and say, God, you've got on very well here. And it's nice that when that happens. Yes.
So, you know, it's down to them as well that this basin's
absolutely,
here
they mustn't be forgotten.
Yeah.
I just led them, you know.
Yeah.
I was a scrounger going to industry to get money, to get steel, to get JCB, to get big machines like that. They were very helpful to us.
You were very passionate about all this. You must have been. You must have been.
Well,
really
yeah,
passionate,
yes.
You know.
Canal restoration is widespread now. It's nothing like when we started because we had so much obstruction. There are sites all over the country of canals, sometimes miles long, and volunteers and groups are restoring them. And they're working very hard, but it's doing it so differently now because they've got public support. This was the thing, they'll never forget them. They'll never do Bugsworth Basin. It's always leaked. You know, there's big machines, there's governments behind it, local authorities are behind it. They say, canals, beautiful. We want some more of them.
So we need the support of the public here,
Yeah,
don't we?
that's right.
We need public to donate to the charities such as the Canal River Trust,
yeah, well,
Bugsworth Basin Heritage Trust,
yeah, but local authorities as well.
and local authorities as well.
Yeah.
You've been the chairman of the Bugsworth Basin Heritage Trust
Right, yes.
for many years.
Yes.
And I understand Canal River Trust are taking over this year.
Yes.
What are you going to do, Ian?
Maybe I'm going to see more canals.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I want to go and see some of the Yorkshire canals.
Maybe you'll start digging again.
No. No, I don't think so. I think I've had my life of digging. I just got the Waterway Achievement Award from CRT, and that was 40 years.
And you've received an MBE.
An MBE back to
And
Kent first.
you've even got a plaque on this bridge behind me.
Yes, but I didn't want the glory. I just wanted to see this,
Yeah.
the whole canal restored.
I know you've been praised that many times, but I'd just like to say a big thank you to you for doing all this, and not just for me, but for the thousands of people around the world that come here and enjoy themselves.
Enjoy themselves, exactly.
And you, not just the nature, there's the history, and this little place that we've got here, this little micro museum, as I call it. I wouldn't be here afloat on my boat, moored up at Bugsworth Basin, if you hadn't started all this, and got the volunteers together. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
It's great. It's been an honour and a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you.
A man by the name of Walter gave me an assignment. My mission? Search for a boat, secure a location for lunchtime refreshments, provide a memorable experience, take a Ukrainian family on a cruise, bring some smiles to the faces, some peace and tranquility into their lives. Today I'm on a special mission, and it is a special mission, a wonderful one as well, and I'm on a hire boat and I'm skipper for the day, and on board I've got a family, a Ukrainian family that have had to flee their war-torn country and seek safety in the UK with a British family. A gentleman approached me by the name of Walter Thomas and asked if I could take him out on my boat for a day trip, but due to health and safety and insurance purposes that wasn't possible. But then I suggested we go to a hire boat company, and a big thank you to Bailey's Trading Post for giving us this day boat. When we reach Bollington, we've arranged for him to go into the Waterside Cafe and have some food, courtesy of Steve, the manager. So hopefully this will help them relax and unwind away from all that stress and troubles that they've been going through.
Stand there, be careful. You got it. Beautiful day!
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thanks very much.
That's great. Thank you.
So it's with the roots,
Yeah. A hug? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, lovely. You enjoy that?
Thank you. Thank you for the trip.
If you've enjoyed this episode, click the like button. And a big thank you to all my patrons and subscribers, and you the viewer for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It is free, and click the bell button to get notifications of when the next vlog is online. You can also join me on Facebook, Narrowboat Business. And a big thank you to floatingholidays.co.uk for sponsoring this video. I look forward to seeing you back on board very soon.